Hello YouTube, this is Sam in part 1 of my two-part video I want to say. And this video is going to be pushed together. I'm going to edit this video together. But this is going to be a video on how to upgrade your traditional hard drive to a solid state drive in a MacBook Pro. It does not matter what model you have. I have the late 2008 unibody, so it was the first unibody design. So mine does look a lot different than as far as the back than a lot of them, but I can walk you through. It's the same steps once you get the back off. Now, before we can even get the back off, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna need to grab a 8 GB or well, at least I want to say 5 GB or more, but there's not really 5 gig flash drives. So you need an 8 gig flash drive. And we're gonna go ahead and plug that into our computer. Mine's already set up, so as you can see, now you can see it says install Mountain Lion. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the App Store we're gonna go into the App Store. From the App Store, we're gonna go ahead and go to, if you've already purchased it, just go to the Purchase tab. If you have not, you're gonna need to scroll down. It's the top paid application. Just click on OS X Mountain Lion. If you've purchased it, just go to Purchases. Scroll down to where you see Mountain Lion, and it won't say downloaded. The only reason it's saying downloaded on mine is because I have it in my applications folder right now. So just click install, or it should say download actually, just like Lion does right here. It'll say download. You click download. It'll say it's already installed on your Mac. Would you like to download it again? Click yes. Once you are done, and that's completely done with the download, you're gonna go ahead and go up to the search here. Type in disk utility. You can go to your disk utility, and we're just gonna set this aside. Well, before we even do anything, let me remove this. We're gonna go ahead and click on your 8 GB flash drive. Click erase. Make sure it is partition Mac OS X extended journal right here, and name it whatever you want. I'm not gonna format mine because I already wrote it. Format that, and then once that's formatted, we can continue. So from there, we're going to go ahead and click the Applications folder. Click Open in Finder so we can actually view our real applications. Navigate to where Install Mac OS X Mountain Lion is. We're going to right-click and click Show Package Contents. From there, you're going to click Contents. You're going to click Shared Support. And here's an Install ESD.dmg. We're going to go ahead and drag that over onto our disk utility. From there, we're going to go ahead and click on the install ESD.dmg. Click restore. So it should already be made as restore. And drag your, do not drag the drive up here, but drag the name of whatever the drive is into destination. Click restore. It's going to ask you if you want to format. Click yes. And you will then have a flash drive just like mine, how it's ready to be written to your hard drive. It's the full operating system. You don't have to download anything during the installation, so it makes it so much faster. So from here, back up any data that you may have on your drive, and we're going to go ahead and continue in the next part of the video that shows me taking apart my MacBook Pro and installing the physical SSD. So guys, I'll see you in about 2 seconds. Hello YouTube, this is Sam back with part 2 of my how to upgrade your hard drive to an SSD. So after we've gone ahead and backed up our computer and made our installation USB, we're going to power off our computer and remove it from power completely. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you've done that is flip over your computer. Let me make sure that it is in shot because I am viewing from an odd angle. So if you have a 2008 model, like I do, it's going to be really easy. You're going to take this ECD where my finger is. There should be a latch there. Push up. This piece comes off. You have access to your battery and your hard drive. If you have a newer model, there's going to be a couple of screws. Let me throw this back on just for demonstration purposes. So there's going to be, I believe, 9 screws, I want to say. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure these top screws are kept in place right above because these top screws are different than the rest. There should be 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. They're all going to be Phillips zeros. They're either zeros or 00s. So what we're going to go ahead and do is open up the back of our computer. Once you're on the back, you're going to go ahead and disconnect your battery. So if you're on my model, it's as easy as pulling out the battery and setting it aside. If you were on the newer model, you're going to go ahead and disconnect it from the logic board using like a spudger tool. So from here, we can go ahead and close this for now. We are going to have to keep it open for reinstalling if you guys have the 2008 model like I do. So let me bring my camera a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm actually doing. There's going to be a screw right here. There's a screw right there that you're going to need to remove. And this is the same for all MacBooks from this point on. So you're going to need to remove this screw. And let me set this right here, actually, see if I can get a closer angle of the actual action. Okay, so from here, we're just going to go ahead and pull. I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I always stick the screwdriver down here, and you're just going to pull up on this black tab after it's unscrewed, and set it down exactly like this. So I'm just going to set this like right, I would set it like that, because you're going to have to reinstall it. From here, we're going to pull up the hard drive, we're going to pull on the tab, and disconnect our hard drive from the SATA cable here. So the next step would be to switch from our, let me set this like this, switch from our Phillips bit to our Torque 6-bit. And from there, we're just going to remove the 4 screws on the side of the hard drive. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Let's go ahead and do that. Give me 1 moment, and I'll go ahead and get these off for you very fast. Let me go ahead and see if I can find another bit, and I'm going to pause the video, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I got the bits out, the screws out. I had to look for another bit. My bit wasn't working for some reason. But, so, after we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and remove this little tab right here off of your old hard drive, and we are now able to set our hard drive aside. So let's set the tab here, and I'm going to grab my SSD. Now this works with just about any hard drive, so I have my Samsung SSD here. It can't go in this way, so we're going to have to do it like this. Make sure your drive lines up like that. And we're going to go ahead and set this thing right here. You're going to put your sticker back. So let me go ahead and do that. As you can see, I'm just reapplying my sticker. And it will just stick back on. You may have an issue like I do where it's sticking the sticky part slightly up just because this is a 7mm drive and not a 9mm drive like the other one. It's fine. Go ahead and from there, before you reconnect, we're going to go ahead and screw back our screws. So let me grab my screwdriver. We're going to screw our screws in. The same places that we took them out of the old drive. Okay guys, so we now have all the screws installed, and I dropped my screwdriver. We're going to go ahead and reconnect the SATA cable. As you guys can see, my SATA cable is reconnected. And we're going to slide these screws in. I'll show you right here, there's two prongs, they're like little rubber feet that your screws go into, and then this one just sets down. So from here, we're going to go ahead and grab that bracket, like I said, that we took off in the first part, and we're just going to stick it back on, right back on as it was before. So let me get that back in there. There we go. So that guy's back in there. I'm going to pick up my screwdriver off the floor and switch from my Torx bit to my Phillips bit. And you go ahead and screw that screw back in. And my screws are a little stripped, that's why it made that sound just now. It's usually, not stripped, but I don't know why that one is. So from there, we're just going to go ahead and replace the battery. Reconnect your battery if you're on the newer model. If you're on the 2008 model, you're going to need to flip this up before you can put your battery back in. It won't allow you to put that back on, your battery back in without that up. And we're going to reapply our door here. And if you have the newer MacBook Pro, you're just going to go ahead and screw all the screws back in. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I will do part 3. I'll be back in about, for you guys, 2 seconds. For part 3, showing you how to prepare your SSD for Mac OS X and actually install Mac OS X. So I'll be back guys. Hello YouTube, this is Sam and I'm back for part 3 of this video of swapping out your traditional hard drive and installing an SSD. So basically what we're going to go ahead and do is show you the installation process of Mac OS X. Obviously not the whole thing, but we're going to show you how to prepare your drive and get it ready. What you cannot see off camera, and I'm actually going to just take the camera and show you guys, is my MacBook hooked up to my external monitor with my flash drive plugged in to boot off of. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to power on our computer, and we're going to hold down the Option key on your keyboard while powering on the computer. Let's go ahead and do this. So I am holding on the Option key. I'm using an external Apple keyboard, so we'll see how good this is. It is a wired old keyboard. Okay, so what we have here are the drive options. I'm going to go ahead and unplug that keyboard now and plug in my wireless one. My wireless keyboard would not allow me to use the Alt key for Option. So it also powers my Logitech mouse and my Logitech keyboard. So from here we're going to go ahead and select Mac OS X as the only boot option and let it take its time. This will take probably a minute or so. And you guys can watch the Apple logo as I wrap up my keyboard and put it back in my closet. Okay, so we do have the cursor right here, and we have the black, or the gray logo. So from here, I want to zoom in, make sure you guys can see that. There's going to be a disk utility option. We're going to go ahead and open up the disk utility. That's the first thing we need to do before doing anything. From there, we're going to go ahead and select our SSD. You must select your SSD and erase it. There's no information on it, so don't worry. Go ahead and click on your SSD in the side tab here. Click erase. And I'm actually going to zoom in on where you do that. You can see right there where my cursor is. You click erase. There's the SSD. And you title it whatever you want to title it. And I'm going to name it Macintosh HD, just so it looks like it did when I first got it. And make sure you selected Mac OS X journaled. So from there, click erase. We're going to go ahead and erase it. And it's going to format it for the first time. This should not take very long as mine is already done. From here we're going to go ahead and click the red X at the top and click Reinstall OS X. It's the second option on the drop down menu. Click Continue and click Continue. Agree to all the terms and conditions and select where you want it to install. So I'm going to go ahead and click Macintosh HD and allow it to install. This will take about 40 minutes. It always takes that long. Just be patient and you'll have your computer working pretty soon. This first step might not take very long. It might only take a minute or two. I know that the newer installations, they do a minute or two of adding the files to your hard drive. As you can see, it says about 7 minutes. It should reboot after this into the actual installation, so I will pause the video now and resume it when we get to that point. Hello YouTube, I'm back for part, I want to say part 4, but I mean it is kind of still part 3, the installation of the software. Now this my computer just rebooted after the first portion of this, so it says preparing to install, but I just wanted to show you guys the full-on installation of Mac OS X. So as you can see, we're gonna go. It automatically starts installing, and let me zoom in right there. Let me actually zoom out, and I'm gonna go up close to my TV. And as you can see, it says installing OS X on the disk Macintosh HD. Time remaining 20 minutes. So it is already faster in just installing on the SSD than it is on my Western Digital hard drive. That took about an hour, I want to say, to install Snow Leopard back when I bought the 500 gigabyte hard drive. I never thought I'd be upgrading my hard drive until I bought a 1 terabyte, but the hard drive, I need fast storage. And before any of you guys ask me what am I doing with my 500 gigabyte hard drive, I did purchase I want to say aftermarket, because it's not official OWC, but it is just like the data doubler, and I'll be doing a tutorial on, I might do a tutorial on that, on installing that, and I'm gonna remove my optical drive and put 2 hard drives in. I may upgrade later to 2 SSDs and do a RAID configuration. I'm not 100% sure, but I probably just wait for my next computer to do that. Whether it'll be a MacBook, or I was thinking about buying a Lenovo PC for right before I go to college. So yeah, guys, I'll be back when this is booting, and I'll show you the first boot of the operating system on my solid state drive. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be right back. Hello YouTube, I'm back for the next part of this video, and as you can see, my install just completed, and we're gonna go ahead and show you the first boot on my solid state drive of Mac OS X. So we'll wait for this whole computer to restart and actually turn back on. And we got a white screen here. The Apple logo should come up very soon. And from the reviews that I've seen on this hard drive, this computer should boot in 12 seconds, sometime around that. Yeah, we'll see how fast this SSD actually increased my speed. That was actually dramatic. My other one would not have booted nearly as fast. So let's go ahead and set up the computer. United States, US, my password for my Wi-Fi. Go ahead and connect to my Wi-Fi network. So you guys can't see too much, but the SSD made a giant difference. We're going to go ahead and not now because I manually backed up my stuff. Enable location services. Just go through the whole setup. Agree to the terms and conditions for the MacBook. Set up iCloud. Continue. Get rid of my mother's iMessage information. Click continue. Use iCloud. We set that up, and I'll go ahead and put in my password. Set up my password. Whoops. Yeah, it should work. We're gonna go ahead and do and click continue. Select time zone, which would be Los Angeles. Let's go ahead and continue and click start using your Mac. So this this computer should have, should be loading way faster than before. And yeah, I mean, pretty much instantaneous on, and we'll see how much faster the applications load. That's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and close the application because it just loaded, and we'll try it one more time. And that's really fast, guys. Now I have my SSD, and we're going to go ahead and click about this Mac. As you guys can see, I'm going to bring this closer. Let's see if I can bring down the glare a little bit. Maybe we'll reduce the brightness. Whoops, too low. OS 10 with the 2.4 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo. More information on storage. We now have a 250 GB solid state SATA drive. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to be doing a OTC video. So go ahead and do that. And I recommend installing the drivers that came with your solid state drive. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up right now, and we're going to go ahead and install that. But I'm going to do that off camera, other than putting in the disk right now. So yeah, guys, we'll see if these drivers are even for Mac OS 10. They should be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next 30-minute video.